Okay, here's my commitment to you today. I will only show Amazon products that I love, I use daily, and they gave like a disproportionate payoff. I'm getting way more value from them than the money that I spent on them. Also, any commission earned today from Amazon Prime Days, I'm donating to Dorothy's house. So I just want to show some items that really have made my life easier and better. And I'm gonna start out with number one here, is this magnetic clasp. So I have these necklaces that I like to layer, and this style of clasp keeps them separated, but also it is magnetic, and so it is super easy to put on. I literally just go like this, it is on, and they still get tangled like a little bit, but not nearly as much if I don't have this style clasp on with the individual things on the back. Next are these emergency stain wipes. You keep them like in the car, in your purse, in your travel stuff. So literally the other day, Diana and I were out at a Mexican restaurant and I was wearing this nice, lovely cream colored top. I got red salsa on it, and then I whipped out a stain thing, and she's like, "What are you doing? What is that?" I'm like, "No, seriously, these work so well." Then I proceeded to get green salsa on it, and then queso. Like, it was just, I don't know, it was a little ridiculous. I have not laundered this top since, and you can't see any of the spots where I got it, and so they work so well and really good to always have on hand. Okay, now next, because Christmas is just around the corner, are these drawstring gift wrap bags. But they have, well, a drawstring, right? You put the gift inside, you can add a little tissue paper, and then you literally just tie it up. But they come in all kinds of different sizes and patterns, so they have some very like pretty sophisticated looking ones too. You can also find them in birthday styles, but if you have especially a lot of gifts to wrap, or if you have arthritis, carpal tunnel, this makes gift wrapping so much easier. This next thing I have had for over 5 years. This is a swim top that I got off Amazon, but it's kind of like a rash guard style where it just has like little cap sleeves, and then it has ruching on the side with drawstrings, and then a zipper up the front. So you can decide how, high or low you want to go with the zipper. It is so comfortable, and I never have to worry about anything or how I look in a swimsuit. And I think the style of it, it's still like kind of cute and sassy just a little bit. It's not too matronly or whatnot. And so I wear this all the time. I never have to worry about anything, tan lines, the other stuff when you're at a water park or whatnot. It just makes it a very comfortable experience, and I have worn it over and over again. It's held up really well, washed up really well. But again, most importantly, I just feel comfortable when we're at the pool or the beach. Okay, I was gonna wait to show this one until we went into the kitchen, but I just can't because I love it so much. If you saw my recent video where I was trying to hard boil eggs in the air fryer and it did not go well, some of you had said in the comments, just get an egg cooker. And I am like, no, I'm a minimalist. I don't get extra appliances, especially single-use things for my kitchen. It's just clutter, right? And then I was like, you know what? Let's just try it, and then I can prove everyone wrong. Except I didn't, because I love it, and we hard boil a dozen eggs every 3 days now. I have already used it in the couple weeks I've had it so many times. It's so easy. Some of you will say comments against this, but if you leave the eggs out at room temperature for a few hours and then do the boiling thing, I do believe they peel a lot easier. So this for me has been a worthwhile investment, but I'm still not, I don't know. If you know for sure you'll use it, I think it's awesome. If you already have hard boiling eggs down to a science and you're good at it and it's not a big deal, then keep doing what you're doing. Okay, this question came up recently in a Q&A we did. What are the lashes that I wear? So these are the lashes I wear every single day. In fact, just with the glue that comes with them, I can make these last for 5 to 7 days. Now, I'm careful, like when I shower, I don't let the water get on my eyes and I wash my face around them. So it takes a little bit of doing, but they're 3/4 length, and so I feel like they're not too like in your face, like look at me, I'm wearing fake lashes. They're just the right amount to just make you feel a little bit prettier. Now, if you've never wore strip lashes, these are easier to put on, again, because they're 3/4 length, but it just takes practice. I can put these on in my sleep now because I've been wearing them for a couple years. So just be patient with yourself and keep practicing, and before you know it, you'll be a pro at it too, and you just feel a little bit prettier when you wear them. Along those same lines, this eyeliner goes nowhere. Like if you get hot, sweaty, whatever, it is the best. It's under $10. This is the only eyeliner I wear anymore. And then this guy, which I'll link to, I just put a little highlighting up here. It takes like 3 seconds and I'm good to go. And then for root touch up, now I just colored my hair as a little darker. And then I went with a shade. I just get Madison Reed hair color, and it's supposed to cover gray better, but it was just a little dark maybe. So I'm gonna go back to my other color. It'll fade, it's fine. But root touch up, this I love, the spray. I also like this Boldify one. This is really good. Like I filled in along here just to make my hair look a little thicker because it's not. You can also do like, if you have scalp showing at all, both of these, if you have thinning hair, if you spray this on, it makes your hair look thicker and fuller. I saw a hack to like look younger, right? You've maybe seen that, like use the root powder like around anywhere you can start to see through. Now, if you do self-tanner, I really like this one. See, in Minnesota, like there's just, if you're gonna go anywhere in the winter, you just do self-tanner, right? So I don't do it like all the time, but it's nice to have on hand. I really like this, the shade of this, but the real key to even self-tanning is having the mitt. It's super cheap, like a few dollars, but it makes putting it on so easy, and even you don't get any streaks, so you never have to worry about the application of your self-tanner, people being like, oh, that's so obvious they self-tan. No, I'm telling you, this is key right here. And these hair binders, these aren't the ones. So on Amazon, you can get a pack of these for 100 for like $6.99. We're not supposed to say prices, but around there. These I got at Target because the girls finally ran out of the pack we had. $3.20 for 6 of them? I'm like, what? So these are going back, but you can get 100 of them, but they're the really nice, like stretchy, don't get twisted up in your hair, just like a really nice hair binder. And so definitely 100 for $6 is a much better deal than these. They are gonna move out of the bathroom, but lastly is this toiletry bag. Adeline had gotten one. Hers is so full, you can see how much. But what's really nice about it is how the middle opens. You unzip it like this, and then you can see everything in here. And then also, the sides actually fold down, which is really nice. She has it like really well organized and everything. It is just like the most well-designed toiletry bag that I've ever seen. So she's had hers for a few months and she really likes it. So then I just asked for one for our birthday in black. So I'm excited to get everything in here because I've never had an actual like toiletry bag. And I thought, you know what? I'm 42. I think it's time, right? Okay, over at my parents' house now, I want to show you just a few things that we've put in place here. One is this fridge calendar. I've never been a like magnetic fridge calendar type of person, but actually my mom's helping to manage our homeschool and there's so much to juggle right now that this has been really helpful. So I really like this. Let me show you the USB outlet. Adeline is making chili for lunch. Over here, shh. Oh, actually, okay. This is a coffee mat. So if you have people that like drip coffee all the time when they're pouring it, it absorbs it. It is fantastic. We've had it for a couple months now. Still looks like new, washes off really easily. And then over here, this is their charging station. It looked really messy before. So we got this USB outlet. And then you can also get shorter cords on Amazon. So I just bought a set of shorter cords. So now when everything is plugged in here, you don't have these like long cords everywhere and it keeps it so much neater. And then over here, you know how much I talk about my knife block that goes in the drawer, under $10, I think. I just love this so much. So I got one for my parents. And then these knives, these are Miracle Blade knives. You can get the full set or just the steak knives, but they make really great paring knives. We use them for like everything. And everyone is like, oh my goodness, I love that knife so much. So we got a set of just the steak knives here. At home, we have the full set. I've had it for over 8 years and it has stayed sharp. We still use the chef knife and the steak knives. So these were a great investment. And then also, I guess I just noticed, we have our Carl dishes at home, but I just got these for my parents. These they call a meal bowl. So it's just a really nice size. My mom likes to make my dad salads in it, or if you're having pasta or something, when it's not quite great to put on a plate, but also too much for a bowl. These are actually really neat and they're lightweight. They clean up really easy. So those are really cool too. And then I also wanted to show these real quick upstairs in the kids' rooms. These are hat racks that we got. They actually hold a lot of hats. So if you have kids or people in your house that like a lot of hats, they work really well, really easy to get the hats on and off of. Or there's also this style where you can just stack them up in there. You can put it in a closet, you can set it on a shelf or somewhere else. So that actually works really well too. Okay, some products I haven't ever shown before. This is a headache wrap. So you freeze it, you put it in the freezer, and Tom especially will get bad headaches. It actually, and I've used it too, but you wrap it around your head and then it Velcros. It works so well. You would think like, oh, that's too cold. No, when you have a bad headache, it feels so good. But it's also very multi-purpose because anytime we need any kind of ice pack, we just use this. And so we've had this, oh my goodness, 4 or 5 years as well. It has held up great. We use it all the time, and it's very versatile. So I really like that. This is kind of cool. We just got this. This is a case or portfolio for DVDs. So if you have a lot of DVDs in your cases, now I've shown before where we just took all our DVDs out and put them in CD cases, and I got rid of like the case and the packaging. If that horrifies you, these are really neat because you can keep the case with it, the inserty thing. So you put the CDs here, it holds like 128 plus 64 of these. And then you can keep it all together really neatly. And it actually doesn't take up a lot of space compared to how many DVDs are actually in here. Okay, next, a Pomodoro timer. So I tried installing an app on my phone that you can use. The problem is a lot of time if you're trying to be productive, you don't want your phone around. So having an actual timer that you set to complete tasks like this has been really cool because it does like a countdown. So if I set it for 15 minutes and then say, I'm gonna answer emails for 15 minutes or work on paper clutter or tidy or declutter a certain space, you can see the time diminishing, and that is supposed to be very motivating. And I've definitely found it to be motivating. So you can put your phone away, just use this. This, again, I'm not like always like, oh, buy another thing to do that thing. But sometimes there's some gimmicks that actually work really well. For me, this is definitely one of them. And then we'll head into the kitchen. I think Folex is one of the most underrated cleaning products. It's cheap and it works awesome on upholstery and on carpet. Oh, and no rinsing too, isn't that great? If you don't have this, I would highly recommend it, and you can just get rid of any other carpet, upholstery, those types of cleaners. These two dresses are my absolute favorite. So the denim one I got for our 40th birthday a couple years ago. I wear it all the time. It is so comfortable, so forgiving, it's just super easy to wear, and I always get a ton of compliments on it. And then this orangish one I got for fall last year, and I'm very excited to wear it again this year. And then I also got this sweater vest off Amazon. I like every season to get 1 to 2 new pieces, so I got this vest, and which I think is cute and fun. And then also this sweater, which is really pretty, comes in a lot of different colors. Just very easy to wear, and then the sleeves are a little bit bigger, and so I'm looking forward to wearing this fall, and I'm set with pieces from last fall and my orange dress totally good to go, and so that feels really good. And if you can see it behind there, this gold mirror, I love it so much. We keep our bedroom very simple. We don't have a lot of things in here, but if you're gonna have something that's sitting out all the time, I think it's nice for it to be pretty too. And then of course, I get asked about my Dansko house shoes all the time. I'm gonna hold them back here. They've gotten a little dirty and they have other patterns. I got these at the time because they were the cheapest. They have held up so well, and I had been getting to the point where my back would hurt if I was like cooking dinner or standing and chopping things. So I've said before, we don't have any anti-fatigue mats in our house. I just wear good house shoes, and then I'm totally fine. But if you need anti-fatigue mats, that's totally fine. I'm just saying, for me, we were able to get rid of any kind of rugs in our house, and I really like that. I also love this overnight bag. I've had it for multiple years. It has held up very well. It works well, and it has the shoe compartment at the bottom, which I really like. And also, I'm not a very type A organized person, but I love packing cubes now. So whether you're packing an overnight bag or a suitcase, these are the greatest. There's lots of different options on Amazon, varieties of sizes and colors, but especially if you are packing with kids and a family. I know you think I'm gonna say Dawn Power Wash, but I'm not. You can just get that at Walmart. I think it's cheaper. There. I did want to show in the bedroom category though, I actually really like these drawer dividers now. We had gotten some bamboo ones in the kitchen, but they're like spring loaded and they put pressure on the drawers, where these you can fully adjust to fit your space. They work so well, and there's something about dividing up the drawers that makes them function better and easier to keep organized. Again, I'm not above gimmicks. I love the Sponge Daddy sponges. They last a really long time. I've had this for over a year. We run it through the dishwasher every so often, but they really do hold up, and I mean, they smile at you. Like, who doesn't love that when you're cleaning? My last Amazon video, the #1 seller was the blue duster, right? So you can use this for fan blades, but also dusting walls, cobwebs in the corners, dusting baseboards. It works awesome, and so I really like this a lot. And then also the soap pump kit. So if you have a soap dispenser next to your sink, you can get this little kit and then run it down to a big jug of Dawn dish soap or whatever kind of soap you use. That has worked so well. I couldn't imagine going back now to having to fill it all the time. You also hear me talk about my O-Cedar mop all the time. Love that. Not very expensive, just works so well. There's something about the microfiber in the mop head that really picks up dirt and grime and everything off your floors so efficiently. So love the O-Cedar mop, and I know why others brag on it too. And then these dishcloths that you get on Amazon. I had recommended these a few years ago because I had gotten a set and I love them. I love them for washing dishes, but I especially love them for wiping down the stove and the counter at the end of the night. They just grab everything so well. You're not pushing it around, like it's getting caught up in it. But then some had said that, I don't know if there was a bad batch or what, but that they were kind of disintegrating. So I stopped talking about them, stopped promoting them. Meanwhile, we were still using the original set here at home, and I was continuing to love them. So I decided to order another set for my mom, and they've been awesome. So I don't know if there just was some bad ones for a little bit, but if you need some new dishcloths, they don't get smelly, they work super well. And again, we've had these for multiple years now, and they've held up really well. Okay, and then what we drink out of, again, I don't know what it is about these clear glass mugs. It is so enjoyable to drink from. They're very light, so I think that is part of it, but they're double walled, they keep your coffee hot, but just really enjoyable. I don't know how else to describe it, but again, disproportionate payoff to what I paid for them. And then I also really like these glasses. They're like pop can style glasses, but again, the shape of the top makes it very easy to drink from. You don't ever dribble down the front of your shirt. I don't know. And then when I'm done with my coffee for the day, then I switch to water. A wall of water bottles, I know, everybody talks about them. Seriously, I don't know why you would have a Stanley when you can have one of these. It closes, you can toss it in the car, you don't have to worry about it spilling. And remember, you're not supposed to drink from straws because then you get lines on your lips if that's important to you, right? Okay, and then some organizing containers that have, again, given me a disproportionate payoff in the amount of joy they bring to my heart. And I'm not normally an organized person, but I showed the spice cabinet, so I will not go on and on about that, but I still love it. I would do it over and over again. So I can link to the 2 different size containers that we used, and then also that bamboo shelf that the containers sit on. But this is cool. You've seen I have a bamboo baggie organizer, but now they also make it in white. So if that's a little bit more of your aesthetic, and all the baggies go in here, and it just streamlines the whole baggie process if you use baggies. So I really like this. This too just took something that was just not organized at all, our spice packet mixes, and it's divided, it's elevated, and it just works so well. And then this, we've had the water bottle rack. Oh man, I don't know, again, multiple years. I guess we use it more for coffee tumblers, but works great, and it creates a container, but also because the shelf's up kind of high, it makes it easier for me to reach down because they don't get stuck in the back. So this was a great investment too. And then we also switched to the white Corelle dishes. I could never go back. They're so lightweight, but also they're a lot easier to wash. Whatever the magical finish they put on here, food does not stick to them. They're just super easy to clean. We have broken one plate maybe, and you know if you've ever broken Corelle dishes, it like comes out in shards. It's very strange, in a gazillion pieces, but mostly they're very durable. They don't chip even if you hit them against each other. So they're a little bit of an investment. For me, it's been worthwhile. And I know many of you have said, like, we've had them for 40 years. So I do trust that they will last forever and ever as long as we don't break them. Another thing we had asked about a lot are our blue bar stools. So these are from Amazon. This is our second set. We had a red set. The finish held up so well, but I just wanted a different color. I know. So then we've had these, well, 4 years now. The finish is perfect, even with the kids using and abusing them. So however they paint these or whatnot, It has held up so well. I'm not sure if this exact color is still available, but I'll link to them. They do have other color options, but great investment, super sturdy, and the finish, I'm telling you, it's just indestructible. And then our fancy coffee maker, I love it. It was expensive. I mentioned it a few videos back. It got over 5,000 clicks. So I might not be the only one who just values a really good cup of coffee in the morning. You put fresh beans in the top, and then it grinds it and brews it. It's around $500, but might be something worth putting on your Christmas wish list or some other event that's coming up. And do watch out, both on Prime Days going on now and around the holidays, they do tend to discount it. And there are sometimes refurbished ones too. So this one was refurbished, which helped. So we were able to get it under $500. But nonetheless, it's an investment, but it's been holding up really well and we use it every day and the coffee's really good. And speaking of Christmas, if you want to get a little shopping done early, a few of our favorite games. Well, Rummy Cube, hands down, our most favorite game. This is our second now, Play 9. This is for ages, I would say, 6, 7, 8 and up, but I always like to choose games that younger kids can play, yes, but are enjoyable for the adults to play too. So Play 9 is great. If you have little kids like 6 to 9, this game is super fun. Karuba, also fun for the adults to play. And then we've also been getting into Dutch Blitz. This one's just a little bit older, I think, probably, yeah, 8+, but that's really fun. For the younger kids, again, too, Sequence. So Sequence for kids. Super fun as well. All right, laundry room. Have you seen these, the wad-free sheet things and for blankets? Now, let me tell you this. As I was looking around our house and like finding all the things, I'm like, oh, that was from Amazon, I was a little disgusted because I was like, my goodness, like, do we just shop and buy stuff all the time? But it truly is stuff that we use, we love, and has stood the test of time. Because even, I just saw this when we came in, and this purchase was influenced by an influencer, this stain remover. I'm sure you've seen this mentioned too. I don't think it's that great. I think it's just okay. I think OxyClean spray works as well, if not better. And so I really am committed to not promoting anything that I don't love. And there have been lots of things that I have bought and were not that great. And so I also want to remind you, like, don't be too hard on yourself. We're all trying to do the best we can and to make wise buying decisions. But if you have some stuff that you're like, that was a mistake or it didn't work that great, either use it up, or if it's not something you can use up, let it go. I am fully committed to not keeping anything in our home that we're not using regularly and that's not adding value. So permission to let any poor purchases. I showed that veggie chopper. If any influencer is telling you to buy that veggie chopper, don't do it, okay? Anyways, but these have actually worked really well. So you just put the corners of your sheets or blankets through here and then you wash them. Now, I think it depends on the type of washing machine you have. Our old one, it wasn't a problem. They didn't get all wadded up. This washing machine, for whatever reason, if you put bed sheets in, by the time they're done with the spin cycle, it's like ballooned over the top. Have you ever had that happen? So this has solved that problem. And it also says that it helps them to dry up to 75% faster as well. So if that's been a problem for you, these might be helpful. Another thing we use every day here in our laundry room is the fold up drying rack. I really like that. Oh, I guess I didn't even mean to mention this. Our Dyson vacuum is in the corner too. I love it. We've had that for multiple years too, so that has been a great buy. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the dryer ball holder too. Sometimes it's just the little things in life that just make you happy. I don't know why. I just really like this a lot and it keeps them organized. We don't use dryer balls in every load. I know some people said just leave them in the dryer. I don't like that. I don't actually like dryer balls a lot. So they're easy to grab when we need them and otherwise they are nice and organized out of sight. Okay, here in this bathroom, shampoo dispenser. Again, a little bit of an investment, but I feel like we've paid for it by using less shampoo, at least for the kids. You've also heard me mention this bath mitt. We've had this for over 4 years, but unlike a loofah, see, I can kind of see through it. It doesn't ever get grody or grimy. It washes out, but it has a really great texture if you're dirty or for exfoliating. So I really like this. And then I know you've heard me talk about these tub toys, the green toys, tub toys. These are 8 or 9 years old. It's crazy how old they are. Now, it's kind of sad our kids don't really take baths anymore. So I'm probably gonna end up donating them here at some point, but I will link to a bunch of different styles of these tub toys. Again, a great Christmas gift if you want to get a little early Christmas shopping done. Oh, and I can't forget to mention this toilet brush. On one of my latest cleaning videos, this was the most purchased item. Life's too short to have a crappy toilet brush, right? There's something about the angle and the shape of it. It works so well. So if you bought one of these, I hope you're having a good experience. And if you need an upgrade in your own house, I would highly recommend it. I also just remembered this little stool in the corner. We use this, I mean, pretty much every single day. It's nice because it folds up so small, but then really easy. So in the kitchen or bathroom, we kind of bring it all over the house. This has definitely paid for itself multiple times over as well. Something else that's a little on the pricey side, but I use every day and has offered so much value is the Waterpik toothbrush, especially if you have any kind of dental work that food gets stuck into. Gross, but this has been a game changer with bridges and other things to get around. So for me, this has been a really good investment. I've had it for over 2 years without any issues. And something else that I think has been a disproportionate payoff is this little garbage bag system in the car. It's definitely helped to keep the car cleaner. And then we have the extra bags there. And the kids have gotten really good about taking it out when it gets full, or if I'm at a gas station, I'll empty it. But this has worked very well. Okay, I had to find the chopper. This. I have seen so many people promote this, and I don't know if it was just us, but it worked fine, but not worth the hassle of cleaning it. You had to push really hard to chop. I don't know. But here's what I want to remind you. You know, when I bought this egg cooker, I had no idea if it was going to solve the problem that I wanted it to. I did my research. I read through a bunch of reviews and comments. I read comments on the video where it first came up, and I made an educated decision that I was going to try it out. But, you know, it could have worked or could not. Fortunately for us, it worked out. So anytime we buy something and bring it into our home, we have no idea if it's going to solve the problem that we are hoping that it will. So if it does, awesome, keep it, use it, love it, right? If not, let's be willing to part with it, whether we're selling it on Marketplace, sending it back, or donating it. It is not worth keeping this stuff in our house. The money is already spent, and keeping it, have you noticed this? Keeping it doesn't make us use it. So I'm sorry if that's been the case, but let's let it go. Let's move on with life, and we're gonna make better decisions moving forward. All right, well, I'm gonna link to some of my other Amazon product videos where I test them, because I try to just give you really honest feedback so you know what things to get and what things to not. So if it's helpful, I'll link to those. If not, I have over 800 other decluttering videos too, so maybe you want to watch those instead. I love you. I hope you have a really good day, and I'll see you again soon.